Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Near Disney. It's the Wednesday show, December 11th, and we're here as the Dream Team, local real estate experts, to bring you all the best of what's happening within a 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle. All right, getting pumped with the fireworks. Appreciate everyone tuning in. So yeah, let us know as you're jumping in to watch the stream where you're watching from. We always love to hear what you're up to, and hey, maybe if you're doing anything special for this holiday season, or if you happen to be looking for a home or in Central Florida or otherwise. I'll just start by introducing ourselves as we jump into a lot of really cool news and market updates. So I'm Elijah Lewis with Florida in Motion Realty. They call me the Prince of Real Estate here on the Near Disney channel, and I'll throw it over to my side in the next Brady Bunch square.
And I'm Tanya with Florida in Motion Realty. Happy to be here tonight. Also a realtor with this beautiful team, and I speak Spanish.
Hey, yes, excellent. Helps people get engaged with us. So down below, we've got another Dream Team member.
Hey everybody, my name is Virginia Carlson with Florida in Motion Realty, and I'm known as Cinderella on the Dream Team, and thanks for tuning in tonight.
Awesome. And then sort of diagonally.
The other way. Hi, everybody. I am Sue Koptiev, also part of this amazing Dream Team, and we are welcoming you tonight, and we hope you are going to join us and have a really good time.
That is right. And because, like I said, we invite you to hit the like button and to join in with audience engagement. And in fact, that leads us into our sort of our next topic, because last week we had some really cool audience engagement. Somebody in the chat who Sue has a connection with was joining in, and we gave a shout out, and then that led into both of us wanted to promote each other. So Sue, what have you got for us?
Yeah.
I have got some photos, some really amazing photos, and a video of a client of mine. His name is Jim, and he has tuned in with us a couple of different times as Dune Buggy Jim.
He just said hi in the chat.
Hi, hey. He and I have been talking a lot today, and Jim is currently looking for a home here. He is out of state, but we are praying and looking, and we know we're going to find him something really soon. He wants to relocate here to Central Florida, where everything is wonderful in the 25 miles surrounding Cinderella's castle. So Jim is an aficionado of Disney but a couple of specific areas he's very excited about. And one is, that is him as the Grinch in that photo that you see there. He has perfected the persona and the costume and the mannerisms. And so we're going to show you.
I think we have a clip.
We have a clip.
Awesome. How do you drive this thing? I think I'm going to throw up and I'm going to die. I'm going to die.
That is a cool Dune buggy.
That's great.
I don't get the hang of it. I think I got the hang of it.
That is actually a vintage Dune buggy that he has restored.
So cool.
And he's got that whole Grinch costume going on. He also does Chewbacca. And I don't know, if you saw, there was, I think, a couple of photos in there of him as Chewbacca's got the full costume. But this is just kind of a representation, and I hope he doesn't mind if I say this, but this is what we like to do as a member of our Dream Team. We love to build relationships with our clients. There he is. And this is just, I fully expect that after we find Jim a home, that he's going to be part of our lives. He's a friend, and he's a great guy. He's going to fit in perfectly here. And I would hope that within a couple of weeks, you're going to see a little bit of him, his Dune buggy, and him as the Grinch or as Chewbacca roaming through downtown Celebration for the holidays, because he can't wait to get here and do that. So Anyway.
Awesome.
It's just so amazing when people are already just acclimated to the spirit of the town and of the Disney environment, and even though if the Grinch is more Universal Studios, it's just all that theme park relaxation, whimsical lifestyle that is going on. Yeah, that was awesome. I feel it's like he could have been a dead ringer for the Jim Carrey there. So that's some of the best cosplay I've seen, and it's just that perfect time of year to get in that cheer. But speaking of Celebration Florida and the homes that are on the market, we wanted to take this moment to showcase a super impressive listing that just came on in the Disney town from Virginia, Carlson, Cinderella. If you'd like to set that up before we play a really beautiful video of it for you, maybe say a few words.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks. So it's a new listing, just came on the market a few days ago. It is in Celebration's South Village. The address is 1133 Indigo Drive. It's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath. And we are actually having an open house for it this Saturday, the 14th, from 2 to 4. So let's take a look at the video.
Awesome. So that's a beautiful home and a beautiful neighborhood of Celebration, the town built by Disney. So now, as you got to see it for yourself, it's kind of rare to see nice fenced-in yard space that allows for just multiple areas of lounging and enjoying the outdoors, as well as a lot of use of square foot, and that was like an extra long driveway too. Your mic's on mute.
It is larger than others on that same block, so that allows you to have, more room to wash your cars or parking extra. So it's nice to have that enlarged parking pad back there. Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
like
a good.
that.
It's a great home, and like I said, we're having an open house from 2 to 4 on Saturday. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free to give me a call or stop by the open house.
Yep, and if you can't make it to the open house, just schedule another appointment. That's what our phone numbers are for, and Virginia's is on display if you need to hit the pause button and take it down. Anytime after the show is perfect time to text us. Otherwise, when we're on the show, you go in the chat and say hello like Dune Buggy Jim did. Because when he said hello, he got an awesome little shout out. So we want to, it's our way of making friends with the chat and with everybody watching all around the country in real time. And I'll bookend that featurette of your listing in celebration with this cool article I found that was saying that realtor.com predicts the top housing markets for 2025. And so that's kind of nationwide, but guess what? You know that Florida made it into that as well. So basically we'll just kind of point out where we are represented in the top 10: Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Pompeo Beach, and here is Orlando, Kissimmee, Sanford, Florida. So that basically you may know this already, but that Celebration, the town built by Disney, is a town within the city of Kissimmee. So if you write a letter and you could address it to a house that says Celebration as the city or Kissimmee, it will go to that same place. Just a little trivia for you there. But that's really great to know that we have multiple areas represented in the top 10 places that are expected to grow in 2025, according to realtor.com. Basically that 8 of those top 10 metros have seen year-over-year growth in single-family home construction, with builders increasingly focused on more affordable and smaller homes, like starter homes for first-time home buyers. We're starting to deal with a lot more of you, and younger households are notably more common in these areas. But with all but Miami having an above average share of residents under the age of 35. So basically, as a result of construction and demographics in these areas, government-backed lending options like VA, FHA, USD mortgages are more prevalent. We have a lot of lenders we can talk with you about for just different programs to get you the best rate that we can and close on time. And it says, while nationwide home sales are expected to see a slight uptick this year, driven by a cooling in home price growth, the top markets we've identified are poised for stronger sales and potential price gains in 2025. So that's maybe a shout out to sellers as well. But, there's always good deals to find out there. That's why you get in touch with us. We have our pulse on the market so that we can just find the best time to sell or the, what's a good deal to buy. So that's a little market update for you in Florida.
Good news.
And we'll bookend that with Tanya on the team, who brought us about Florida housing markets poised for 2025 growth, if you just want to expand on that a little bit.
Yes, along the same lines of what you just shared. The Florida real estate market in 2025 is expected to grow. And you mentioned the top cities, and obviously Orlando is one of them. That's very exciting. What's driving the growth is affordability, and these areas offer relatively lower priced homes compared to other parts of Florida, believe it or not. New construction, new builders are stepping it up to meet the demand, focusing on smaller and more affordable homes. And the diverse appeal for younger buyers, military families, international connections, those are all contributing to the growth in our Central Florida area. And Danielle Hale, I think here says that she's the economist for Realtor.com. She predicts that 2025 will bring stronger sales and price gains in these top markets. As the rates ease slightly. So flexible work arrangements also play a big role, now in this area where we work from home. That plays a role. And so people can easily move to other states. And a lot of people are choosing Florida. And it doesn't surprise me because the weather here is super nice. It's wonderful.
It did. There was about 2 days where it got kind of cold, and I was actually enjoying the jacket weather as kind of a palate cleanser between warm climate. But then all of a sudden the climate went and said, no, we're getting back to the 70s, high 60s for a bit. So you know, it's you just never know what December is going to actually like feel like in Florida. Is it going to be like an 80-degree Christmas or whatever? So that's fun. That's why the Snowbirds come here for the holidays in so many cases. Oh, and a shout out. Hey, hello. Thank you, Megan, for commenting and saying hello. Appreciate that. And yeah, we invited everyone watching to say hi and where they're watching from. And yes, as you mentioned about new construction opportunities, we have made a real point to highlight new construction communities in Central Florida on this channel. So if you kind of go into the search box ever in YouTube, type in the name of a new construction community or an area of Central Florida, and then you type the word near Disney, chances are we've done a really cool video showcasing that for you. And if not, then let us know in the comment if you want us to cover something. Don't think we won't make a whole video series just for a commenter like you. And somebody's asking about pets allowed in Artisan Park houses. That's an area of Celebration, Florida. And it's houses typically allow pets in the single family home, but if you get into a rental situation, it's going to be on a case by case basis for what the landlord will allow. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes we, as your realtor, will go to bat for you, say, send the cutest picture of your dog or cat that you ever took on your whole phone, and we'll send it, and we'll promise that it's the most well-behaved and well-trained thing. And sometimes they budge and they just fall in love with your cute pet and make an exception. That's one of our esteemed skills that we pick up over the years in real estate for you. So, so I appreciate your question. It's a good question because, sometimes pets will be the decider if you're going to go with that living situation or not. Or sometimes what we do is we look into a condo. We always make sure we review the condo association bylaws and articles for you, because sometimes they'll have a policy on like amount of pets or pet weights and sizes for like certain associations. And so we always want to know that, so that nobody's saying like, hey, you have one dog too many, and you don't have to make a Sophie's choice.
Oh my gosh, no, it's not.
Wow.
Next topic of discussion, I will say that Orlando Business Journal did a ranking here of Orlando's 10 most walkable neighborhoods. Nice. And that's something that I thought was interesting, seeing as there's just, especially where we come from in Celebration, I was surprised we didn't make this list, because that's one of the biggest selling points for our town, just going all the walking trails, the downtown area. Like I can walk from my condo that allows pets to like 1 or 2 blocks and be right getting ice cream at Kilwin's, and then sitting out by the rocking chairs enjoying a pastry from Fortuna, or shopping at Market Street Gallery. So, I think that's very walkable. But they say Walker's Paradise, like set like far apart from the others. It's in its category of its own. South Eola. You can walk around Lake Eola, the park, or various nearby restaurants in the area. That is a super cool place. My sister used to live right there when she was renting, and I do agree that was a super walkable place. And also in the very walkable category is Lake Eola Heights, so kind of staying in that relative broader area, bungalows and restaurants within walking distance. And then, of course, Orlando Central Business District. You can run errands as well as visit many restaurants as a pedestrian in the downtown area between Interstate 4 and North Roslyn Avenue. And if you agree with anything that they're saying, let us know. Like, what's super walkable, and if you've ever lived in these areas or agree. Colonial Town South. This community between North Mills and North Bumbly Avenues of the south of East Colonial Drive has a suburban feel, and also features many restaurants and bars. So when they're saying walkable, they're meaning like walking to cool stuff that you can do in places you can eat. So that's why I definitely think Celebration should be on this list. And then Thornton Park, area between Summerlin and North Brown Avenues, north of State Road 408, features oak trees and Spanish moss. So I think walkable, yes, I agree. Walkable should also constitute scenic and pretty on your walk. Sure. So,
Yeah,
So
cool.
I think that's a cool little article from Orlando Business Journal. If you if you want to know what's a good living accommodation, you prioritize walkability, you prioritize view, you want a bike, you want to be placed, definitely ask us and we'll kind of highlight what's on the market that fits that criterion.
Yeah, for sure.
No, speaking of which, I'll throw it over to Tanya to talk about, how cash buyers are taking advantage of opportunities for housing in great areas, and especially being the ones to secure those deals in walkable areas. Sounds like cash buyers are still king, right, Tanya?
Yeah, definitely. They're taking over the market. According to a recent data from Redfin, 33% of home buyers nationwide paid cash for their homes through August of 2024. And that's the highest rate we've seen since the Great Recession. So, who
Yeah.
are these cash buyers, you may ask?
We love cash buyers, by the way.
Always.
We love you.
Yes.
Love
You
them.
make our lives so smooth and so easy.
Yep.
It's just that we're trying to extend a little empathy for those also beautiful financing people who sometimes don't, get picked over when you guys are in favor. So we're on everybody's side here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and we're talking about a mix of, young families, retirees, people relocating both locally and from out of state. There's an area, Naples, they mentioned, with a staggering 60% of homes that were bought cash. Just
Wow.
imagine that.
Wow.
60%. It's
That's a
crazy.
lot.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and many of these buyers are snapping up second homes or preparing for retirement, especially in the desirable locations of Florida. And some of them are selling their existing homes in other states to free up cash, and this allows them to, have a more powerful hand when they come down here. And Jessica Lodge, the deputy chief economist for the National Association of Realtors, explained that it's a competitive bidding war, and cash, they say cash is king. And in this case, it's the less risky choice because there's a lot of competition, and buyers want to get the place that they want. So it does have its challenges, especially for first time home buyers. But, now that things are shifting a little, it could be easier for first time home buyers to get into their desired homes.
Yeah, that's good to be aware. And you know what? We always just try to look at every single different home situation for you. Even if you're saying like, well, I'm a financing deal. Well, we will try to figure out what any information we can glean from the seller's situation. There's something we call cash versus terms that make a offer really attractive or acceptable to a seller. Sometimes that cash buyer just wants that quick move right away for some reason. But if you can offer some terms like closing date flexibility, or you're not going to ask for as many things on the inspection report, or you're going to do something like allow them to rent back, or there's certain things that we can see we can add in to sweeten a deal, or change, increase the escrow deposit when you just know you're good for that loan and you just want to show good faith. So there's a lot of things we can do even when we're going up to bat against a cash buyer to still see how we can clinch it for you. It just comes to like having done enough deals like we've done to just see where we might be able to find an advantage. But hey, sometimes it still goes the other way, but just know we're going to do our absolute best for you in that situation.
Absolutely.
Either way.
Yes.
And if you're cash, we will roll out the red carpet as well. So
Sure.
Hey, Elijah, I'd like to piggyback on a couple things that we've talked about tonight, if that's okay.
Sure.
So the first one I wanted to add to Tanya's great explanation about, so many people relocating to this area for housing prices. She talked about new construction, and I know that there are still quite a few builders that have lower rate mortgages, 30-year rate, lower rate 30-year mortgages available because they have purchased those and set them aside. So I think that is probably reflected in those numbers. If you can come in and you want new construction anyway, and you are able to get into a home for 4.5%, 5% down, or 5% mortgage interest rate versus what is currently going on in the market. And like she said, they are coming down, but that makes a big difference in your monthly payment. And then the other thing I wanted to point out is I love the fact that, hey, we're almost at Christmas, and yet Virginia has a client that just listed their home 3 days ago. That just speaks to the fact that people relocate all times of the year. People, it's not based around the 9-month school year anymore, which is,
Right.
It used to be, that was a large percentage of people, they wanted to start looking for homes in April and May and move by the end of June.
Right.
So that's not the case anymore. People are going back to work in offices, but they're also moving up the ladder enough in their careers that they are granted the opportunity to work from home. That lets you go anywhere you want.
You work from home, yeah, and you say, it's cold where I live now, and I'd rather work from home in Florida, and that's what made me think about buying right now.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
if you are contemplating putting your home on the market right now, anywhere in our Central Florida area here, give us a call. Let us talk to you about it. And, you don't have to lock yourself into anything, 6 months. That'd be great. But if you just want to test the market, we're here for that too. We want to make it the best selling experience for our clients as possible and the best buying experience for our clients as possible. So yeah, don't hesitate.
That's a really good point. Thank you for
that's a
bringing
great
that up,
point,
Sue.
Sue.
And I want to say thank you to someone else who commented. Your YouTube account says Mancorn. That's what I've got to go off of. But I will say thank you, Mancorn, from saying cheers from Miami.
Thank you.
Miami. We always invite. I saw some other people just jumping into the viewers as well. So yeah, let us know where you're watching from. Let us feel free to say hi. Thank you, Mancorn. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Dune, Buggy, Jim. Thank you, everyone who commented and for who said hello. We really appreciate your viewership. I think that was really the last main topic I was going to cover tonight. In the spirit of Christmas, I was going to mention that if you're looking for something to do, OrlandoTheater.com says that they've got dates for dance and ballet on December 13th. Looks like you have a chance to see the Nutcracker if you feel like having something family fun, holiday, festive, friendly to do. That's December 13th in Steinmetz Hall. Prices from $85. That's a beautiful, classy, Christmas-themed production. So if you want to look about checking out the ballet or something fun for Christmas to do, that's a great opportunity to check that out for the Steinmetz Hall and for Orlando. So yeah, otherwise appreciate people watching, tuning in. You can always rewind if you're just tuning in here at the end. Go back to the beginning. We covered a lot of really good stuff. But otherwise, I'm just going to say, give us our chance to wave goodbye and sign out. Throw it to the fairy godmother of real estate, Kim Hawk, to send you off.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.